Hey, what's up you guys? This is Sentai22 here. How you guys all doing? And welcome to another episode of Super Question Time. I'll answer your questions. Anything Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, anime, or anything nerd related, I will answer them for you. Now before I start, let me just say I am back. I apologize for the 1 week hiatus. Let me explain. I know it's been a lot of hiatuses that I've been doing, but this time my computer has been acting up again. It seems that there was a problem inside my computer that unfortunately kept turning off and all of a sudden just turned off, and I couldn't get it back on, so I had to take it to a repair shop. Turns out that the power supply was faulty, so I had to get a replacement. And then there was another problem. The motherboard pretty much was fried, so had to get a new PC. Pretty much I wouldn't say get a new PC, I just had to get the motherboard replaced and a few other things. It took me like about a few weeks to get it together, and of course the money together, and you know, reformatting the computer, and voila, I am back in the saddle once again. So hopefully I will do some more stuff, videos as well. I will probably do some reviews, hopefully. Yes, I'm back doing the reviews. So be on the lookout for some, which I will not announce because you may never know if I will probably do it or maybe not. So anyway, let's get started now, shall we? Okay, the first question comes from Boken Crimson, and he writes, if Disney had not bought Power Rangers, do you think that Saban would have went with the Hoxigan storyline with adapting Hurricaneger? If so, would Dino Thunder have been what Ninja Storm became in terms of attempting to be free of continuity from the previous season? It's kind of hard to explain. Now I know, I remember in a few Super Question Time videos that I did not know what the Hoxigan angle was, and I realized now what it was. It was essentially, like you said, what happened if Disney didn't bought the franchise. What Saban went through the whole kind of Power Ranger Academy-ish type Ranger series. It would have been very interesting, particularly, you know, like what they did with Hurricaneger. The Green Samurai Ranger, if you believe it or not, in the Japanese version, his disguise was a lot of the previous Sentai the previous Sentai actors. So it would be pretty interesting to see that as sort of like being the mentor type role. So it would be pretty awesome to see what would have became the hexagon angle. Yeah, I think it would have been awesome, but in terms of Dino Thunder, I think Dino Thunder would have been totally different, like you said. It would have been totally different. It would probably be just the same as Ninja Storm, but without the Ninja Academy thing. It would just be like, you know, I think they will keep the high school element in Dino Thunder, in my opinion, but without Tommy Oliver. So okay, the next and last question. Yes, the last question. I didn't get the chance to see all of the questions, but if you guys can, please repost them again in the comment section. Alright, so alright, the next question comes from J Series Boy 13, and he writes, please note this is coming from a former Power Ranger fan that has never seen much of Sentai counterparts, so forgive me if I sound arrogant. You usually talk down on Samurai for copying the Sentai plots, but you also say Time Force is your favorite season of Power Rangers, and from what I understand, it also a season that used plots from the Sentai. So I'm wondering what makes one of them okay and the other one a no-no. And also congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, J Series, and of course, you're not sounding very arrogant. It's curiosity. I mean, people have their right to be criticized. I don't really have a problem with that, which I can, pretty much explain. And also, J Series, I really hope that you come back being a Power Ranger fan. I mean, I know that Saban hasn't been improving on the series, but it'll get there. I promise you that. I mean, and in the meantime, if you don't like the new Saban era seasons, I do recommend the Disney seasons, particularly SPD or Jungle Fury. I know a lot of people don't like Jungle Fury, but it's not bad of a season. But anyway, Jay, series boy, I hope you reconsider becoming a Power Ranger fan again. I mean, this is a wonderful time to be a Power Ranger fan, particularly now that Saban runs the show, even though you know, the series hasn't been as great under his tenure in the past couple of years. But like I said, it'll get there, trust me. Now, in terms of why I favor Time Force instead of Samurai, even though they both share the same elements, they pretty much copy the Sentai plots. Well, the reason is because Samurai is just basically a carbon copy of Shinkenger, okay? Pretty much the same translated, all of the translation was from Shinkenger. All of the dialogue was translated from Shinkenger. And of course you had the changes, of course, which weren't really original. The changes would have to be necessary because there were certain things that were inappropriate for, you know, children's television. Like, for example, Decker and Dayu, that had to be changed for that reason. If you want to see their true backgrounds in Shinkenger, go ahead, check it out if you can. But other than that, it was just pretty much unoriginal, nothing. Everything was pretty much the same word for word. I mean, they actually kept the part. If you watch the Gold Ranger premiere, the Gold Ranger debut, Emily said, "Wow, he's so sparkly." In the Japanese version, the Yellow Ranger said the same thing, so you have to keep that in mind. But for those of you who haven't watched the Japanese version, go ahead, watch it, but trust me, it is badly translated. Now, the reason why I like Time Force is because even though they used the same plots as Timeranger, they still did their own thing. They added some original elements to Time Force. Great writing. The dialogue wasn't translated from the Japanese show. Great characters. An original villain. I mean, come on, Ramsek, probably one of the greatest villains of all time. And of course, the awesome cast of the characters. I mean, a lot better than the Timeranger characters, in my opinion. And that great writing is why a lot of people like Time Force. And also, you know, the way that they did it. Originally, there were some parts that they were going to put in Time Force, like at the end of the show, Eric, the Quantum Ranger, was going to be killed, just like in the Japanese version. And of course, in the original Japanese series, Time Ranger, Captain Ryuga, and this is spoiler for you guys if you haven't watched Time Ranger. Captain Ryuga, who is Alex's counterpart in the Japanese version, was the one responsible for letting the main villain escape into the past, basically conspiring because he saw his future and it wasn't a great one, and pretty much, you know, trying to change the past for his, you know, for his selfish ways. And they were going to copy Ryuga's plot into Alex. Don't believe me? How can you explain why Alex came out of nowhere? He was alive for no reason. He was killed during the fight between Ramsek and Alex. There could have been a possibility originally that Alex was the one responsible for letting Ramsek escape. And the fight between Ramsek and Alex was just all a ploy, an act, pretty much. But unfortunately, because of series of events led to changing the plot, which I have to say it's a lot better than the original plot, the original plot in the Japanese version, that even though Alex is a cold person. He didn't deserve to die, to be honest. And I'm glad that they didn't copy that part. But eventually in the Japanese version, Captain Ryuga, and spoiler alert, in the final episode he does get killed. So, but yeah, I'm glad that they didn't keep that part up, because honestly, like I said, he was a cold douchebag, but he didn't deserve to die. And that's what I like, because it was so much different. Even though it copied the plots, it was a lot better, and it added a lot of elements. Samurai did not add nothing. They didn't add no originality whatsoever. Okay, I hope that answers your question, J-Series Boy 13. So if you guys have any questions, please post them on the comment section below. Also, please don't forget to subscribe as well. Be on the lookout for more toy reviews and all that stuff. So this is Sentai 22, and thanks for watching.